sen na asa song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 468. It's Saturday, February 16th, 2013, the first day of the President's Day weekend, 12 p.m. Pacific Time. Internet talk radio for your imagination. Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on Earth, located somewhere in PodCastro Valley, California. Today we hear from Benita, the disgruntled fiddle player, the brewmaster, plus we bring in the segment News Random with an amazing fact from Rolling Stone magazine that tells me I'm in the wrong business.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And Catholic historians say that the next pope will not be an American because it's tough for them to get over their Americanness.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And they say the Catholic Church has tried to keep the papacy separate from a reigning superpower, whether it be us, Spain, or France. Yeah, France was a superpower. Did you know that? Wow, what a weird circumstance. They once had that Napoleon guy. And speaking of former superpowers, what about Russia getting that meteor? That was an unexpected shower from heaven. It had the force of 30 Hiroshima bombs.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And it was only 3,000 miles away from where in 1908 a large object fell, hit the earth, and exploded with 10 megatons.
Mike's
But the one on Friday
Daily
blew up above the earth,
Podcast.
15 miles away from the earth's surface.
Yeah!
No fragments of the meteorite have been found yet, but there have been people that have gone on the internet and have sold pieces. And that was within an hour of the meteor exploding. Oh, look who just walked in.
Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
There's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
I don't like big rocks falling out of the sky. That ain't right.
Well, you know, we are in space.
No, we're not. We're sitting in the last place on Earth,
Yeah, but we are in space.
Okay, you're getting a little deep and philosophical for me. I don't like that.
A Russian nationalist leader said that it wasn't a meteor at all. He said it was a test of a new weapon by the Americans.
Well, Mike, that's really paranoid. What was that?
What was what?
That sound?
That was the drum beat in the background of the song.
Oh, I'm just afraid of... What was that?
Another part of the drum beat, perhaps you heard the piano playing in the background. I don't know.
Yeah, Benita's a little bit jumpy after hearing the news yesterday, tell you what.
What?
Not that again.
Jim Green, NASA's director of planetary science, said that this is indeed very rare and it is historic, but these fireballs happen about once a day or so. We just don't see them because many of them fall over the ocean or in remote areas.
I'm so glad we're not in a remote area so that nothing can fall through the roof like something just did.
Mike, look what just came through the roof. It's our old friends, the Nernians.
Hello, Mike. Hello, Benita, and disgruntled fiddle player. I am Nern, the Nernian from the planet Nern. Hey, Nern, what do you think about that meteor exploding over the Earth? That was me. You did that? Yes, they will never find any meteorite fragments because it was I that caused the explosion.
What caused the explosion, Nern?
Mexican food.
I get that after having a bunch of jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, that name really fits.
Wow, Nern, is that the reason why you came down here to talk to us today? No, I also wanted to say that I want to become the Pope. Are you Catholic? No. Oh, well, you kind of have to be. I believe in Nernianism, which is very similar. Oh, okay. Well, you should go talk to a Catholic about that. I will. Goodbye. There he goes, launching a spaceship back up into space. Hopefully he won't cause any more explosions and have a better diet.
Mike, Mexican food is an excellent diet.
Well, you know, just go easy on the beans. Oh, look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster.
Brewmaster, do you know that we just had an alien come visit us?
Oh, really? I missed that? Dang.
Do you know a meteor blew up over Russia?
No, I didn't know that either. I'm missing everything.
Do you know your root beer vat just overflowed and flooded the last place on Earth?
Oh, man. I missed that, too. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, you gotta pay attention to things that are going on.
Yeah, like this.
Oh my, underneath your shirt you were wearing, you have a big tattoo on your chest that says, "Kiss me, I'm Catholic."
It's one of those tattoos that come off. I thought it'd be a funny joke.
Yeah, the disgruntled fiddle player doesn't like to wear tattoos, but I think they look sexy. So I make him put on those temporary ones.
And I picked this one because it was topical and funny.
Okay, if you say so. Oh, and apparently a big meteor fell near San Francisco as well. It was seen as far north as Washington State. And I was actually standing on the ferry boat that goes from Sausalito to San Francisco, looking up at the night sky. And I guess I looked away for a moment, but some people on the side of the ship that were looking in that direction were like, oh my gosh, what was that? Oh, it might have just been a firework. They didn't believe it was actually a piece of space rock falling from the sky.
Mark, I'm so glad I'm not paranoid about... What was that?
That's a piano playing in the background.
Oh, okay, I gotta go. Bye, I'm gonna hide under a rock.
So have you seen something falling from the sky lately, or if you think the next pope should be an American, or I've been hearing he might be a Canadian, the next one they pick, you can email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. That would be interesting, but it'll probably be in Italian. I seriously doubt a Nernian. But email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you'd like to sponsor the show. We have an availability for you. You can also check out our website, mikesdailypodcast.com. That's the website where you can find our link to where to find us in iTunes and subscribe to the show. Get all the new shows directly to you in iTunes. And you can also rank this show and comment on this show as well in iTunes. The link to that at mikesdailypodcast.com. You can also find out where to find us in Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Yelp. And the internet radio station that is carrying us at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 6 o'clock daily, that would be KNJO Radio out of Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley. A link to that and the xrqk.com/Los Angeles station that carries us as well. Links to all that, mikesdailypodcast.com, as well as the blog and the podcast picture of the day.
News random.
So you're probably sick and tired of hearing about the bailout and the banks that got a lot of money and all that. But I came across this article in Rolling Stone that blew my mind about how much money the banks have been making, have been profiting. This is profit that they get to keep and make themselves fat and happy with, even though they got so much bailout money. According to this January 17th article in Rolling Stone, 5 of the biggest recipients of government aid have received a combined total of more than $1 trillion in cash loans and guarantees. At the same time, they have pocketed $658 billion in profits, salaries, and bonuses. So they get over $1 trillion in cash from all of us, taxpayers, and they get to make over $658 billion in profit, salaries, and bonuses. Nice. I'm in the wrong business. So the one that got the most bailout money out of the 5 biggest, the 5 being Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Citigroup, the one that got the most money is Citigroup. They, however, did not make the most profit. Who did that? JP Morgan Chase. But the company that would have been the best to work for, because you would have gotten the most amount of bonuses and the highest amount of salary, that would be Bank of America, because they gave out $131.5 billion in bonuses and salaries. So what I'm really trying to say is, Bank of America, sponsor this show. You got a lot of money. Look, you're paying your employees the most. You're crazy. Oh, so crazy you could sponsor this podcast. Also, JP Morgan Chase, you made the most profit, so why don't you put some of that money into this podcast that will promote your bank. These figures cover 2009 through the third quarter of last year. And all that money, that more than $1 trillion, came from a couple places: TARP, the AIG Rescue, emergency Fed loans, and other bailout programs. Wouldn't you love to be on the receiving end of gifts from those rich uncles? Wouldn't that be lovely? The only thing lovely about any of this, as we go outside the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in PodCastro Valley, California.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Well, this has nothing to do with banks or... Why? Let's not say the word bailout anymore. Let's come out with a different name. Bailout makes you think of someone in a sinking ship and a big bucket, and you're trying to get all the water out. Let's use a we'll call it the bank big up. Okay. The picture is a beautiful shot around sunset. A couple Saturdays ago, I was in San Francisco at Ocean Beach, right there where San Francisco meets the open Pacific Ocean. And there were a bunch of surfers out there, and the waves were all piling up one behind the other, and there were surfers trying to catch them all, and the sun was setting. It was a beautiful moment, and I caught a picture there standing right there at the water's edge, barefoot. My toes freezing. In fact, it took about a good 15 minutes till I could feel my toes again. But luckily I did. Sadly, no meteorite was falling through the sky when I took that picture.
What, Mac? Did you say a meteorite was falling from the sky? I'm hiding underneath this conveniently placed umbrella.
Mark, I wish you'd stop talking about astronomical things. It's really starting to tick off my wife.
Mac, if we all drink my Earth beer, maybe we can cause the gravitational field of the Earth to go the opposite direction, and the meteors will go away from the planet.
Okay, if we lose gravity, then we'll fall off the planet too. As will all the banks.
Then we won't have to worry about finding another pope. Oh boy.
Brewmaster, you've thought of everything. Tomorrow we'll bring you the segment Mike's Scavenger Hunt, plus we'll hear from Madame Rutabaga Valentino and Bison Bentley.
Mexican food.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.